Hi guys, I'm back with a new video and let's talk about The Roses. So this is not exactly the type of film that I usually review and that I usually watch, but I liked the cast and I watched the trailer for this one and it seemed interesting. It seemed like it would be a good one. So yeah, I'm here to tell you if it is indeed a good one and if you should check out this one because I haven't really seen anyone talk about it. So yeah, let's get to it. So if you don't know what The Roses is about, this is sort of a romantic comedy about a couple that is they're not really vibing with each other anymore. And yeah, the thing about this film, and which I'm gonna get to when I get into my actual thoughts, is that their dynamic is very unique. So yeah, it's an interesting one. As far as the cast goes, right away, like that, as I said, was what caught my eye. This stars Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman. A few other actors that you definitely know, like Andy Samberg, and yeah, a few other actors that I can't think of the name at the top of my head, but you definitely recognize their face. But yeah, it's mainly Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman, and I love both of them. I think both are great actors, and it was so interesting to see them playing a couple and also playing this type of movie, like a romantic comedy. So I guess since I'm already talking about the film, let's get to my thoughts. So right away, I'm just gonna say that this was a lot of fun. It is a romantic comedy, but it is such a different romantic comedy. This is very sarcastic, very dark in a way, like it's very adult, the humor. And yeah, this is sort of like a dark comedy, not because it gets into like the horror category, nothing like that. It's just the kind of humor they use is very dark and very bleak. It's super funny, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it might be a bit too much. Like some jokes are pushing it, but I had fun throughout the whole film. I think that's what makes this film really stand out and be one that it was super different for me. Like, I'm not a huge fan of like romantic comedies. Like, I watch them, but it's not the genre that I gravitate the most. And usually the romantic comedies are like very cheesy, and yeah, sometimes that's exactly what you want, like a really cheesy romantic comedy. This is not it. Like, this is very, yeah, bleak in a way. There's definitely some, a lot of adult themes, not like overly sexual or anything. There are sexual moments, but the jokes aren't necessarily sexual. It's just very adult and deals with a lot of like heavy topics, but it's fun at the same time. As I said, like, it's a dark comedy in the sense that they joke about some serious stuff, but yeah, at the same time it's very like kind of relatable. Their characters are really different, and I wouldn't say they are relatable, but like their situation is like relatable in a way, and you can see what is happening to them and why they're behaving the way they're behaving. So all of those interactions make for a really fun film, but yeah, an adult one. Like, this is not a lighthearted comedy. Besides the uniqueness of the story and the script, most of all. Like the dialogue is very different and it's very snappy. Like sometimes I had a hard time like following the script, following the dialogue, because it was very quick, very snappy. So besides that, which makes the film unique, what I really enjoyed was the acting. Like as I was saying, Olivia Colman and Benedict Cumberbatch were not only amazing as a couple, I could totally believe they were a couple, but also in these type of roles. I feel like it's such a different film for them. Usually I like think of them as more dramatic actors. They usually do more dramas or period pieces, just more like serious stuff. And this is something that I could not see them do like at all, a comedy and a comedy like this. But it just works really well, and I feel like that's due to the script, obviously, but also due to them being like really great actors. And I don't know if they get along in real life, but their dynamic was totally believable, and they just really bounced off of each other really well. Yeah, both characters were so interesting and they played them really well. So that's probably like my second favorite thing. The first one is how just the story goes in the comedy, the type of comedy. As I said, not the type of film that I usually watch. And that's maybe why I thought this was very unique and very different. And even though it's kind of like heavy in a way, it's also so much fun. So I guess that's all I have to say about the film. Like, it's a really unique, fun, entertaining film. So that's all you want out of a comedy. So yeah, this is totally one that I do recommend you go watch it at the cinema if possible. But yeah, watch at home if you can get to the cinema. I think you would have like a similar experience, but this is a lot of fun. So yeah, I would recommend to go and watch it at the cinema. And post that, let's get to my scores. Overall, I'm gonna give the film a 3.5 out of 5. It's a really easy 3.5. Debated a 4, but yeah, just lacks a little bit something, like maybe on the visual department. It was fine. It totally fit with the genre of the film and with the vibe. Very sharp, like really, like the whole film was very well put together, like so bright and so, yeah, sharp, very contrasted. Like everything was so pretty to look at, I would say. And since we're on that category, the cinematography, I think I'm gonna give it a 3.5 as well. Like, there's nothing super special about it, but it just really fits the vibe of the film. As I said, the dialogue in the script is very snappy, and very like dynamic. So I think it fits well with what you're looking at. It's nothing super stylized, very like basic, but very like bright and sharp, and yeah, beautiful. And the originality, honestly, I think I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. Honestly, I just thought the film was so unique and so original in the way that the story flows, the comedy, the type of comedy, the characters were so different from anything that I have seen before. So yeah, I think it totally deserves a 4.5 out of 5. This was one of the best surprises I've had in a long time, I would say. Like, usually I like a film, when a film looks good and ends up being good, I'm like I'm happy that the film is good. Sometimes the film is just exactly what you think it's going to be. A lot of the times you end up disappointed, honestly. But this film was just one that I thought looked good. Yes, it would be like a fun time at the cinema, but it totally like kind of blew me away with, yeah, just the vibe of the film. So yeah, I totally recommend it. As I said, I think the last time I was this surprised was with The Invisible Man, which I really thought wasn't going to be that great, and turns out it's one of my favorite films of all time. So yeah, I wouldn't say this is one of my all-time favorites. Obviously, I don't give it a 4, so it's still just a 3.5. But it was very surprising. I thought it would just be fine, and it's actually pretty good. So yeah, if you have seen The Roses already, please tell me in the comments what you thought. Also, this is based on a book, so if you have read the book or if you have seen the previous adaptation, which is from the 80s, I think, tell me in the comments. And if you have seen like this new one and have seen the previous one and read the book, tell me how all of them compare. I haven't seen the previous one or read the book. I didn't even know this was based on a book. So I can't really tell, but I was really blown away with this film. I thought it was really good. So yeah, if you have seen it already, please tell me in the comments what you thought. And yeah, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!